What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Big John Fury, Tommy Fury, and Jake Paul. Get this. According to Big John Fury, he said, "Let me tell you this much. If Tommy can't knock Jake Paul out, I'll retire Tommy from the sport of boxing. Straight afterwards, I'll have no more to do with it," John Fury told fair betting's sites. "I'll say, look, you're going nowhere because I don't rate Jake Paul at all. I think Jake Paul would struggle with me. If I had a 7-week camp now and got to got to the proper sparring and got my weight down, Jake Paul would even struggle with me," said Big John Fury. okay, okay. And John's bold enough to say this, and here's some more. He said, "If Tommy could not knock him out into next week, and I mean do a number on him, he has no right looking at conventional boxing at all because Jake Paul would not win a proper amateur fight. He would not beat a decent class amateur boxing a man 50 years old that needs a Zimmer frame to get in the ring. Come on. Tommy's a live wire. The fight will be made at 13 stones, 3 and 4 pounds. Tommy's ideal weight, and Tommy can punch as hard as a heavyweight." Bars. And those are the words of Big John Fury. And let me counterpunch. I think John Fury is a fighting man. I think he's proud of his fighting lineage, heritage, people, and I think he would attempt to do that if Tommy doesn't perform like he's supposed to. But then that's added extra pressure on Tommy because what if Tommy does just enough to win? Is he still going to abide by his rules, by his words? Is he Tyson Fury? Does he say one thing, then turn around and say the next thing? Does he do that? Tyson had to get it from somewhere. You know, would you take time with your fighter, or your son, and try to make him better? Work on the things that Jake chinned him with, because that is a lot of pressure that he's putting on Tommy Fury. And it did make me suspicious that why didn't that fight happen anyway? It did make me look at it like, okay, maybe Tommy Fury didn't want to take the fight right now because it was too much riding on it. Too many people, my father, my brother, my cousin, all these guys, my uncle, they're saying, hey, if Tommy Fury can't do this or Tommy Fury can't do this, that to Jake Paul, well, he's out of here. He has no right to be a part of this clan of fighting men. And in fact, they even went as far as saying, hey, he has to change his name. You guys remember that? Now, I'm not sure if they're still upholding that, but, retiring from the sport of boxing after getting beat by Jake Paul, for one, it's already the inevitable. The embarrassment alone would make Tommy Fury not even really want to show his face anywhere. Why? Because Jake Paul is the YouTuber. Jake Paul is the money man. Jake Paul is the self-promoting guy that said he could do something that he hasn't proven yet, but no one has proven him wrong. Okay? So that one ideal boxer, which in this case, Tommy Fury, coming from a boxing family, his brother is more than likely one of the best heavyweights that we have of this era, if not the best. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure there. Because see, one thing is pressure from having a father that was the shit. How about having a brother that's the shit? Okay. That's still added pressure because now everyone's looking and putting the spotlight on Tommy Fury. Man, he's like, shit, maybe he's saying, like, what do you want from me? He talks a good game, but then when he lays down at night and really looks at the ceiling before he goes to sleep, does he sigh? Does he have to get up? Can he sleep? Is he at peace? Because, these are some high orders because Jake Paul can punch, bro. And if anybody that he could take, if anybody he can take is maybe Tommy Fury. Not saying I'm going for Jake Paul, but he only has 8 or 9 fights, and he hasn't looked really great in his fights. Okay, he's a novice fighter. So a guy that's driven, determined like Jake Paul, that has some pretty good combinations, some good punching power, that refuses to yield, that refuses to say, "Hey, I'm not a fighter. I am a fighter." Hey, maybe he may meet his match. And then John Fury saying, "If you don't even fight up to par, I'm going to get rid of you." Well, I think one thing should happen if he beats your son. I think it's fair to say, well, hey, you underestimated Jake Paul. I just see an older man like John Fury doesn't want to give Jake Paul credit. But then again, I get it because he hasn't fought anybody. So if John's like, hey, since he hasn't fought anyone and he beats my son ass or my son struggles with him, it will be an embarrassment because I don't even rate him. Now, I would hate for Big John Fury to try to get in shape and go in all high octane because Jake Paul would probably take that fight and knock him the fuck on out, right? Or hurt him real bad. Nobody would really want that for the old timer. I don't care how crazy Big John Fury is. You don't want to see him hurt. He's older now. So but putting that pressure on his son, I don't think is really helpful. It's either a very good thing, very motivating, or a very bad thing and very crippling. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Big John Fury once again stating, if my son struggles or can't beat Jake Paul decisively, I'm getting him the H out of boxing. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.